Finance Minister Nhlanhla Nene in conversation with Diabo Seto. Now, more news today. It just kept coming. SA Express has been cleared to fly again. The Civil Aviation Authority has reinstated the airline's air operating certificate. The regional airline's 9 of 21 aircraft were grounded in May after a Civil Aviation Authority audit uncovered non-compliance that posed serious safety risks. SA Express had to undertake a recertification for both its air operating certificate and aircraft maintenance organisation. For the latest on the reinstatement of this operating licence, and this relates of course to those 9 aircraft, we're joined by Pindiwe Gwebu from the Civil Aviation Authority. Ms. Gwebu, thank you for being with us. So does this mean they're in the air, or they could be tonight?
It's completely up to them, right, because we have issued them with the air operating certificate, which basically means they can now operate as an airline.
How bad was what you found? I mean, people were flying on these planes, then suddenly alarm because of safety concerns. How serious was it?
The civil aviation industry is very meticulous in the way that we manage safety and security related issues. And as part of that, the industry introduced through the International Civil Aviation Organization what we call a safety management system. So what that system is meant to achieve is to make sure that we follow safety precautions throughout the value chain of aviation. And as part of doing that, a lot of documentation has to be done. So if an airline experiences an incident, that incident must be recorded, but there must equally be a record of how that incident was resolved. Now, in the case of SA Express, we found that that documentation was not orderly, and we could therefore not guarantee that all the incidents that befall each aircraft are actually closed satisfactorily. And those for us actually indicate a loop in terms of, or a gap in terms of the safety management system of the airline. So those are part of the things that we found out. I mean, some of the errors that we found in terms of how they handled the maintenance of the aircraft that they were operating could not provide us with reports that were consistent. And once we see this as the CAA, we get worried because then it tells us that there could be underlying problems. And that resulted in us then keeping a closer eye on the airline to make sure that what we're seeing does not occur in all the operations of the airline. As you know by now, we then had to ground both the aircraft maintenance organization that was overseeing this fleet, and also we had to remove the privileges of the air operator certificate of the airline, which then effectively meant the airline cannot operate anymore. But as you said already, in relation to the aircraft, we only looked at 9 of the 21 fleet, and again, we found some discrepancies, which then forced us to basically ground all of those aircraft. What this announcement today speaks to is to the fact that they have received their aircraft maintenance organization approval issued, I think, about a month ago, and today we were issuing the air operator certificate, which gives them now permission to operate as an airline, but we only have issued 2 of the aircraft. It doesn't mean that the other aircraft are not in a condition to fly, but they still have to present those aircraft to us. And once we satisfied that they are airworthy, we will issue them with a C of A, and they will be added to the AOC. The AOC we issued today has only 2 aircraft in it, and it is up to the airline to then present the rest of the fleet. And once we are satisfied with the CAA, they will be able to operate all of their fleet.
All right, so SA Express can fly some of its planes. Again, thank you very much from the Civil Aviation Authority, Pindiwe Gwebu. Now, solar energy